Yo, what's good? What's good? Welcome to the Epic Entertainment Critics. I am Antoine. Okay, so I went to see a movie this weekend. Try to get one movie in every week. I went to see Midsommar. Uh, very interesting movie. I'm going to have a review, but before I do that, I have a intro. All right, I'm back. I'm back. So I went to see Midsummer over the weekend. Interesting movie to say the least. All right, so this movie, which you've seen from the trailer, it really looks like it looks like a Wicker Man type movie. If anybody's seen the Wicker Man, it's got a lot to do with these like kind of like cults doing these little ceremonies, and just it seemed weird from the get go. Okay, so the director is or maybe producer, the same guy who made Hereditary, and I think he made another movie. And this guy's known for making kind of like these different artsy movies. So this movie is very much like an art film where narratively it might be real a hard watch, but it has some good shots. If you like film and you like watching cinematography in films, you will definitely like things about this movie. Now, it's hard to watch narratively because I know a lot of people sat down and watched it. I heard a lot of groans in the audience, and a lot of people just getting up, going to the bathroom like, man, this is some bullshit. I can't wait for this to be over. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't really appreciate stuff like that. They just kind of want to see a movie that can entertain them. They don't appreciate like camera angles and things like that. A lot of film students can appreciate a lot of that, but just a regular film goer would be like, nah, I'm good. So, okay, this movie pick up where it's a girl named Danny tragically lost her family, and she's kind of a needy girl though. She got a boyfriend, and the main character is the girl, but her boyfriend is one of them guys that I want to say he can't say how he feel because he feels a certain way and he tells his friends, but he never tell her. So he's trying to console her because she lost her family, and so he invited her on this trip to Sweden. They go into a trip to, but it's part of their thesis because they are students and they studying like these cultures that live in these communities. And that's where it kind of starts. And then I kind of noticed a lot of that when they did this a little bit in Wicker Man. When stuff like this gonna happen, the outsiders that come into these communities usually be used as sacrifices for some reason. So I was waiting for that to happen. I was like, okay, they're not going to know what situation they're in, and they're going to think they're going to be cool, and then by the time they realize what situation they're in, it's going to be too late. So it sort of played out like that, but it didn't quite happen like that. It was, like I said, it was very slow. First hour was very slow. So the girl actually, the girl goes with them to Sweden, but she's kind of, I don't want to say she's annoying because she's very broken up about her family, and they show it at the beginning how she keep calling her boyfriends like, hey, I'm worried about my sister. Can you, and this something that kept happening. The thing is, he wanted to break up with her, but he felt bad because her family died. But the thing is, she was just so needy. And she kind of got on there because every time the group wanted to do something, nah, I don't want to do that. Nah, she was always the one that just like mess up the party or whatever. Which I'm not mad at her for that. It's just that she should just like stay her ass at home if she knows she feel like that. But she always want to come, and she don't care if everybody gonna get if it's going to bring everybody else down or whatever. So anyway, um, they get into this community, and this is in Sweden, and it's like something they have. They say they do it every 90 years. So in this community, they doing all these little. It's like a little festival, and they doing all these little ceremonies. This is where the weird shit kind of starts, and we see this stuff, and it's kind of this is where the slow pace of the movie kind of go, where a lot of people was watching the stuff, and they're just like come on the screen, and they were like won't say nothing for like a minute, and just like everybody just like come in at the dinner table, sit down, and nobody would eat. And then so they'll start to eat, and then they kind of look like, oh wait, ain't nobody else eating, and they won't do nothing. It's just kind of weird. It's just like one of them situations where you trying to be polite because you out of your element, and you trying to be polite and acclimate to their customs, but it gets to a point where at some point you be like, okay, I gotta go. I this is getting ridiculous. How polite can you be when people are increasingly getting weirder and weirder and weirder? So it was cool because I wanted to get to that point where things are going to get to, okay, we got to get out of here. You waiting on that. It was a while before they got there. So I'm not going to really spoil what happened, but something happened where it was where they went from 0 to 100. So something happened, and they kind of explained to me, yeah, this is what we do. So y'all can leave if y'all want to, but y'all can still stay. They decided to stay, but they had a reason to stay because these were students they were studying this culture. So they was like, well, this is what they do, so we still just studying the culture or whatever. So I was fine with their reason for staying at that one point, but it got to a point where they had to know something was going on, and I feel like their survival instincts did not click. They survival instincts did not click in soon enough, and they kept offering them drinks and food, and I know they was putting something in these drinks, and they was like, here, drink this. Yeah, you'll like it. It's good. No, I don't want to drink nothing you just gave me. No. Can I get something in a sealed container? You know what I'm saying? I'm not drinking this shit no more. Because they kept drugging them too. And they kept just stupidly just doing it. Like, oh, okay. And they drink it, and then they be all fucked up. And then they just, as you can see right there, and they just, start doing all this weird shit. And they be kind of, it's like they was halfway on the trip because they was doing mushrooms. They kept drinking these, they kept drinking stuff. They drank this tea where they put these herbs in there where they kept, they kept them drugged half the movie, and it was just making me mad that they kept doing it where they was, oh, what's in here? Well, I don't know. Okay, I guess I'll do it. It was like, what are you doing? But it was that's what I'm saying. It was very much like the Wicker Man, where it was like the person that's the outsider is doing all this stuff to like get away, but it's kind of like part of the ceremony. And like I said, I don't want to spoil it, but as you can see, you can just gather just from the trailer, it's a festival, and they're not going to be able to get out of the situation they're in once the other shoe drops. So my question is, do you think, or well, it's a rhetorical question, but my question is, did those people have a chance to get away if they would have acted sooner? I don't know. They was kind of in a very secluded place where they couldn't really run to nowhere when I think about it. So, and it was some interesting shots, man. I'm gonna tell you the difference between this and other horror movies. Everything was in the daytime. They didn't do no dark, where you don't know where the enemy's coming from, and it's very dark, and that's when they get you with that. Everything was in the daytime. All All the scary moments was in the daytime. It was a lot of people would say it's weird because they did a lot of cult stuff. And when I say cult stuff and I don't want to say what, but they did some stuff that will make you say, what the, but this a cult. They do this stuff, I'm kind of mad at the people from just like going along with it for so long before they realize, okay, we need to get out of here. Oh, it's too late for that, bro. You could have got out of here a long time ago. But hey, it is what it is. It was entertaining at some points, but some points it just was a little too long. It dragged too long. It really pandered on these ceremonial things so long that the average moviegoer will get kind of bored, or not just bored. They just might just like, what the, like you stayed around because you knew that something was going to happen, but that build up to something happening took so long that I don't know. I think people might lose a lot of patience with it, but on the whole, man, it was very similar to Wicker Man, but it was a beautifully shot film. Like those camera angles were great. Excuse me. The camera angles was great. The setting was a beautiful shots and stuff. But narratively, Wicker Man was better. The original Wicker Man, not the remake. The original Wicker Man was a little better. It was a lot better. And it started off, kind of good. I think this filmmaker can make good movies. I just think he tried so hard to make it artsy that he kind of missed the mark on a lot of his narrative beats or whatever. And, for that, I think it suffered a little, where I like the setup where the people going into a situation, but the payoff just wasn't there for me. Because at the end, when you finally get that payoff, it was like, let's just get this over with. Okay, yeah, this is about what I thought was going to happen, so let's just get it over with. That's how everybody was feeling. And everybody walked out of the theater like, what the fuck? Like, everybody was kind of had that what the fuck look on their face when they was leaving. It wasn't like, ooh, that was good. I was like, what the hell did I just watch? Oh, man. So I'm going to give this movie a rating. I'm going to give it an all right, because I'm not going to give it a whack, because I kind of liked what it was about. I wish they tightened it up a little bit. If they tightened it up and gave us just a little more of the horror, a little more of the Get Out, because it's like Get Out, where the whole movie, it was like you look at things that was going on, and the last 20 minutes, it's like, okay, shit, I'm in a situation, I needs to get out. They didn't really. They kind of they took too long to get to that conclusion, and then by the time that conclusion happened, nobody even had a chance. So it just lost some points for me for that. So I'm gonna give it all right, because I was somewhat entertained watching some of this crazy stuff, but it's not for everybody. I'm gonna tell you that right now. This movie is not for everybody. So I give it all right. I ain't gonna say go see it. Check it out when you get a chance. This is not a movie that you probably would want to spend money on. It will probably piss you off, but it is something to see. It is something to see. So that is my review for Midsommar. Not the worst, not the best. It was entertaining in parts, but overall it was a very kind of wild, crazy movie to follow. So that is my movie review for Midsommar. Thanks for checking out the video. Please give me some thumbs up on the video and subscribe to the channel. And I'm out of here. Peace.